Love it when you call me Irene. She's just a wonderful lady.
No, because I know you're both my friends, Irene and Elaine, and that's cute.
Okay, well, this is me, everybody.
It's being tired. I'm sitting in this chair since 7 in the morning.
I know. I'm sorry I'm not with you. It's the first year I haven't been with you together. But here I am in the virtual world. And actually, if I speak in the virtual world, like going close, my mouth moves as it does really. And this is how we work in the virtual world. And instead of being in Zoom, we have this opportunity of being in a world where everything, you can talk to each other. Now, I've worked with Manal as well on research on this. It's pretty amazing because if you become somebody else, look, this is me here, but I could be dressed as an Arab or I could be Black. And it's amazing how when we become another person, we feel we're the other person and we have our empathy to that person doesn't just last for the time we're here. I think from the research we've done, it lasts for years because you think, well, I was disabled. I was really fat once. You feel you're that person. So anyway, this is the virtual world where we meet up with all the children together and we use as well for our academic courses. And we made something special for everybody here. It was made for the children, but I want to share it with you. Just quickly before we go, I'm doing this in English, so we have an island guide in 3 different languages. You can choose what language you want to have it in, and it's accessible to everybody. And we have different locations. You can visit a mosque. The Druze have a hilwa, which you've probably never been to, because unless you're a religious Druze, you're not allowed to go there. And you can learn languages, play music together, all here in the virtual world. And we have an escape room in 3 languages, which covers all 5th grade geography. And that's a lot of fun. But today we're going to our new area, which is called the bystanders. So whoops, we're teleporting to the new area. I'll put everything in English. So we've got 2 things to do. So you're welcome to open your microphone so you can answer the questions. We're going to look for 18 proverbs in 3 different languages connected to our topic. And we're also going to look at the concept of bystanders. We're going to see different people in different situations. And we're going to we asked the children this morning, what do you do in that situation? Now, on the one hand, we speak about bystander apathy, but we have another problem, particularly in Israel, when people get sort of overactive to, they see a policeman and they all come and say, oh, what's happening? And those are situations when we don't want them to be upstanding. We want them to just mind your own business. There's a policeman there. You have to know when to be there and when not to. So it was fascinating with the children to see how they saw things. Now, can you see this little boy here? It's not translated into English, but he's actually opening up an electrical box. Now, if you saw someone doing that, a little boy doing that, what would you do? And these are the options we've got. Or you dial the emergency number, you intervene, or you do not intervene, or you ask if you can help. So in this situation, I've got lots of friends here. So Roger, would you like to tell us what you do in this situation in Ireland? Maybe it's different. Just put on your microphone.
Yeah. Personally, I would intervene.
Yes.
I would say, excuse me, I think that's dangerous what you're doing.
Exactly. That's a time to intervene. You wouldn't ask, oh, can I help you open that electrical box? So we've got the right answer. Now, as I go along, we're going to look for different proverbs on the way. If you see a proverb, shout and tell me what it is. They're going to be in 3 languages. If you can see one, tell me. And nobody's exempt from this exercise. It's an active break. It's not a coffee break. So please join me. This is a proverb. If you don't know what it means, you can click on it. It's interesting. It says a hero is someone who conquers his desires. And that's a proverb in Hebrew, which doesn't exist in Arabic or in English. In other words, to be a hero is not somebody who like a Superman hero. A hero is someone who conquers their desires and acts according to how he should in the situation. Can you see there's somebody here on this
Also, it says he conquers his own desires. He's not saving others. He's in contact with himself. He's
Exactly.
a hero to himself.
Yes, it's an interesting concept, but interesting it's not in other languages. Now this guy here is on his, you can see we've got the ambulance next to us. And who was that who just spoke? Mira, was that you who spoke? Would you
It was
like,
me.
who's me?
My name is Liat. Hi.
Hi, Liat. So what would you do in this situation? You see a man on an ambulance stretcher. There's an ambulance here. What would you do in this situation?
He's being taken care of. I don't think I
Right.
need to intervene.
Exactly. He's being taken care of. So funny. The children said, phone the ambulance. I said, but there's an ambulance here. Why would you want to phone the ambulance? Okay. Can anybody see the Israelis among us? Can you see any other saying, expression in this picture? Can you see anything in this?
כולנו רקמה אנושית אחת.
This is actually, this is our ambulance. It doesn't have this on it. We just added it. And what does it mean? We are all one human fabric. In fact, which is one of the things obviously important today. And this one is for all you English speakers. This is a nice one here. Isn't it beautifully done? Now here I have to tell you, enormous thank you to Jeremy Finkelstein. Hi, CP, I can see you there. Jeremy Finkelstein, who is our artist and designer of this amazing site for us. And he did a wonderful job. And look at this, one for all and all for one. Who said that? The three Musketeers. I can see you saying it. Right, you have to put in your microphones or I can't hear you. Now, so I can just take you around. I mean, there's so much here. Do we have anyone who speaks Arabic can tell us what this one here means? Can anyone put on their microphone and tell us what this means?
يلا يا جماعة. I have a lot of my students, they can read Arabic. I'm not
النوع
gonna read this.
الإنساني لا يتم وجوده إلا بالتعاون.
Which means the human race can only be found in cooperation, which is a lovely saying. It doesn't exist in English, it doesn't exist in Hebrew, it exists in Arabic. So, and we've got wonderful expressions that we found in Arab, our students share with us in Arabic. This is a wonderful expression. Again, it only exists in Hebrew, this one. Don't embarrass your friend in public. And it's a very important principle. And it's something that we teach teachers as well. It's important when you're teaching not to say to a child, oh, you didn't bring your homework, you're terrible, you're not what, don't to find a way to get to a child without making him feel embarrassed by it in front of the other children. And we have to be careful about that. We have a blind man here trying to cross the road, which is very nice. So what are we going to do to this? By the way, you can see your points. We've got 4 points. So you see a blind man who's standing near. And what do you do? Tzipi, would you like to put in your microphone and tell us what do you do if you see a blind man? Do you dial the emergency? Do you intervene? Ask if you can help or do not intervene? Would you like to answer, Tzipi? I can see you here. No, she's not answering. Oh, her voice hurts her. Okay. Somebody else? Gosh,
I must take an action, then I must call the emergency number.
no, sorry, we see a blind man. It's just a blind man standing next to the road. Can you see him?
Oh yeah, I must
Standing
take
next to
an
the road.
action. Yeah,
What would you do? What would you do again?
take an action? I'll help him to cross the street.
How do you know if he wants to cross the street?
I will ask him if he needs help.
Exactly. The most important thing is in this situation is to ask. I was saying before that I have a few blind friends and they tell me they've had so many stories when they've actually crossed the road, someone sees them and brings them back to the other side without asking them because they see them by the road, they want to be helpful. And it's really important that you ask if somebody needs help. Okay, so let's, I just want to show you another one. We actually made a building here in honor of Manal. This is my building here, but there's another one.
Thank you. شكرا إلين.
Manal, here it is. Here we are, it's the Manal building, the Manal town. Here we go, this is Manal's building. And this is a nice one here. You probably wouldn't find it if I didn't show you. Did you know when you put tape around, like there was somebody screaming from a building? That's interesting. We had to tell the children, I think, Irene, you would agree with this when you talk about bystander apathy, that there's some cases when you should phone the authority. They're too dangerous. And many times, you know, you see something going wrong, a child being hit. If you intervene, you could be in danger in your life. And you have to know when what's the border here. It's not easy to learn, but if someone's screaming from a building, the house, you phone the police. So that's one of them. This is, can you see this one here? Oops. Here we go. This is, it's very interesting. This is actually from the New Testament. And what we have in I think Quran as well, and also in the Bible is the opposite. This is do unto others as you would have to do unto you. And in Hebrew we say the opposite. Let me put it in Hebrew so you get to see it. Right. So thank you. Right. And it's the same in Arabic that you say the opposite, right? So it's interesting, the similar concept to different ideas. So we can see the difference between the languages. So much more here for the children to do, but I know I don't have that much time. So there's a little boy who's about to fall into the water. There's a nice, really nice. I only learned this, those of you who speak Arabic, nice expression, right? It's, let's put it in English so we will.
סליחה שאני קוטע אותך, איליין. איזה אופיר מהתמיכה של המכללה, זה השיעור של עמותות, תוכניות וארגונים לקידום רב תרבותיות?
כן, כן, עכשיו יציין וזה מתחיל, כן.
בסדר גמור, תודה.
אני בדיוק אומרת, תודה. The tree leans on the tree and the man leans on his brother, which is a beautiful expression. So we've learned different proverbs and also an interesting way of discussing with children of when should you be an upsider and when should you not intervene, because you have to think about, make sure you don't put your life in danger, and when someone else's life is in danger, like we saw with the children or this little boy who's about to fall in the water to get his ball, there are times when we intervene. So now this our site is open. You can come into the virtual world for free. You can just get, for today, you can get a word to get in. All you need to do is to click on the picture of the virtual world when you come into it's outside all the huts. And you just download a program. It's quite simple today, and just click to get male or female, and you get your own avatar. So thank you all. And I repeat what we've been saying today, don't be a